All right, everyone, this is gonna be I guess, try not to say certain words so this video doesn't get, demonetized too quickly. It probably has been already, but this is my collection. We're gonna go through this Tupperdor here, and you can see a lot of other stuff there in the back. So eventually we'll get through all of that. This is just episode 1, and we'll start with this one here, I guess part 1. Quick wristwatch check for my watch guys and gals out there. Today I'm rocking the Tudor Black Bay 41 monochrome. Might be able to hear my dog eating in the background, but hopefully not. Still can't seem to get this thing off the wrist. And look, I already have some scuff love marks there in the bracelet, but that's just part of it. Okay, so as you can see here, 74 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a little high. I think this particular hygrometer is about 2 degrees off. It's probably a 71, 72 degrees in here. And that percentage there is at 67, which that's probably pretty accurate. I have 69 Bovitas in here, but it usually hovers around 67, 68. So without further ado, let's open her up. So this is the first box. This is actually the El Septimo Culinary Arts Collection limited edition, and this is the Rioja, which is a Robusto size. And as you can see here, oops, I'm down to 14. I picked up a box of these, and yeah, this is a very impressive cigar for the price point. I think this thing retails at around $9, which El Septimo, as you know, as a brand, usually is in the $15 to $40 range. So to see these under 20 is really impressive. This is an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper, and it also has, I want to say, an Ecuadorian Connecticut binder or Habano binder. And it's got fillers from Ecuador, Nicaragua, the DR, and Brazil. Very, very complex, I would say, when it comes to the flavors, and you get almost like a cereal note. At least for me, on the palate, I tend to get a sweetness, almost like a cereal cornflake or frosted flake, that kind of taste. Very, very good cigar. After I smoked a few of these, I had to get a box, so I'm down to just about 3/4 of the way. I'm gonna take my time on these because it's limited, so once they're gone, I don't know if they'll bring it back. So that's my first box there. Moving on to the next, we have the L'Atelier, I don't know how you pronounce that, Côte d'Or. Let me know how this is pronounced. This is, as for those of you who know, this is from ownership of Tatuaje Cigars, so Pete Johnson. This is from May of this year, 2024. When I read the review on this, I just had to grab a box to check it out. Again, limited. This is the 2018, I guess, harvest. Really love the colors. Kind of very classic, old school kind of vibe to it. You get these beautiful ruby crimson tones along with that gold and cream or kind of a ivory color. Just very, very beautiful. And this has forget the wrapper on there. When I read about it, though, that's what drew me to this cigar. So I'm definitely tempted to try this, but I'm going to give it a little bit of time, and I'm really going to try and hold off on these for a while just because it seems like they are very limited. So I'm not going to tear through them too quickly. Give it some time. I just got this shipment in maybe a couple weeks ago, so I'm going to give it maybe a month. Just let it kind of get acclimated to my humidor, and then we'll give it a try. Go. All right, so going to this one here. This is the Destino Aligo 100-year anniversary, and this is a Prometheus, as you can see there, release, limited 2012, Chateau de la Fuente and Angel Share up there in the corner. So this does have a BBMF style cigar, and that is the Destino Aligo. See if I can zoom in there. There we go. So you can see that beautiful wrapper on there. And then there are 2 of the Destino Aligo Opus X. Got a couple of those. And then lastly, there's a Don Carlos. There you go. So that is what is in that little sampler box there. So I don't know when I will smoke these. I mean, they already have a ton of age on them. Probably just gonna hold on to them and wait for the right time to break them out and smoke them. So next up here we have my first box of cigars from Warped. I had done a little bit of research. What drew me to this cigar in particular was, of course, the artwork, bird on a rose with the little crown on there. I thought that was really just interesting. It caught my eye. And when I read the reviews and just kind of the feedback, it seemed like it would be a pretty good cigar to try out. So I ordered one, I smoked it, I really enjoyed it, so I bought a box. Now this is a Corona. The Corona size has really been growing on me lately. So this is just one that I really enjoy. Being that there's 10 in here, I will take my time with this box. I might pick up another one just to have stashed away. But so far, really simple, very clean looking, and great cigar, very light on the palate. This one I've shown off before, but this is a little different because I actually smoked 2 of these. This is the Miami Hera Esteli in the Bellicoso shape, and you can see I put this band around 8 of the 10, and that's because I smoked 2 of them. So these 2 I did trade and receive from a different box, and I kept these 8 together just because the age is the same on these. I don't really know how much younger or older these other 2 are. If you like bold flavors, that one is full-bodied, medium to full strength, and I really enjoy this cigar. So yep, I'm gonna try and keep that at 8 for a while. So here we have the Surrogates from Tatuaje, and this one is going back to October 2022. I've smoked 2 of these already, so these I've had for a couple years, and I tried the Crystal Baller and the Animal Cracker, so this is what I have left in here. And I gotta say, really good flavors, you know, even for having a couple years of age on top of when these were released. Very, very good. Robusto size, and this was kind of an introduction for me to the Surrogates line, which is why I got this little sampler. I'll probably pick up another sampler just to have, because these are good cigars, really good flavor so far in the ones that I've tried. So I'd like to keep some for, you know, just to have on hand and enjoy when the time is right. Now this sampler is pretty cool. This is the CAO Rick Rodriguez. My understanding is you could only get this at events, and this one has the tasting, or what are they called? There's different shapes, and some of these are like a Lonsdale, Corona, and I wasn't able to find too many details on the blends of each one of them. I'm pretty sure it's out there in the internet, but these are, you can see the reference number for each one. And then there is, of course, I'm guessing this is the year, is my guess. So 2016, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. If you know a little bit more about these cigars, leave me a comment down below. This was a gift, so I'm just going to hold on to it for the meantime. Those of you who know, of course, Rick Rodriguez, you know, taking care of West Tampa tobacco now. Paired up for the West Tampa thing, left CAO. So I think this, just having his name on it with that CAO affiliation, is worth hanging on to for a while. So I'm going to set that aside till the time is right. Now this here is the Colecciones del Rey, the Don Pepin Tatuaje collaboration or partnership. This has a mix. I smoked one of these, actually. Let me see. This is the, yeah, here we go. So I smoked the, how do you pronounce that? Gabaywan Tatuaje. I still have the Havana 6 in here, the Selección de Cazador, the Cajonu 2006, and the Don Pepins, which is the series JJ and Cuban. Moving on, we have a box of the Rojas Street Tacos Cinco de Mayo limited edition. This is a Toro 6x52. After I smoked one of these, I had to pick up a box. I absolutely love this blend. I like a lot of stuff from Noel Rojas. The Barbacoa is probably one of my favorites when it comes to the Street Tacos releases. But when smoking this cigar in particular, it blew me away. The flavors on it are phenomenal. It is, as you can see here, Ecuadorian Habano wrapper with Mexican San Andreas binder, and we have Nicaraguan and broadleaf filler. and you just get some really good nutty, chocolatey notes out of it. Very creamy, full body smoke. I would say it rides in that medium profile as far as strength. Really good cigar. So I wish I had bought 2 boxes. This is for the 2024 release, so I will look forward to smoking one of these next year and hopefully buying a box of the 2025 release as well. Moving on, we have another limited release. This is the Espinosa Knuckle Sandwich Chef Special, and say that 10 times fast. And this is, of course, the Guy Fieri collaboration with Espinosa Cigars. Blends a little heavy usually, so they tend to have some oomph to it. And you can see, look at this beautiful, that dark brown, rich wrapper leaf color, along with the gold and that navy blue just pairs up really nicely. So design-wise, really cool. And these are made in the AJ Fernandez San Lotano factory. So they have that classic AJ oval press instead of a box pressed. Very unique and very good cigar. This one I made the mistake of smoking while I had an empty stomach before lunch, and that was yeah, a little bit too much, so I had to slow it down. So I would say eat before you smoke one of those. Very good cigar. Moving on, we got the Blood Medicine from Crowned Heads. I picked up 2 boxes of this. You can see this one is still wrapped up, unopened, and then this one here I did open. It's cool. Got a little explanation behind the name of the cigar and the history there. Was an event-only cigar for Crowned Heads. It was a Robusto, and now you can get it in the Toro. I forget how many boxes they made. 1,500 boxes, it says there. So I had to buy 2 of them. Delicious cigar. This is unlike anything else I'd smoked. Very unique. It has this cherry, hint of cherry going on in it, and then it's a very woodsy, very floral, and on the finish, to me, I almost got like a green tea or herbal tea kind of thing going on. If you pair the cigar up with anything that has vanilla or cherry, so a cream soda, a cherry Dr. Pepper, cherry Coke, something like that, it's gonna pull those flavors out even more. So I highly recommend giving it a try. If you haven't had one of these, I just love it. And so I had to pick up a few boxes, and I will take my time smoking these because I know once they're gone, I don't know if they're going to release them again, so I'm going to take my time on that. So a few other, these are all Drew Estate special kind of cigars. So I have the Tatuani, or the Tuani. This is an event-only cigar. This is just the all decked out Undercrown series cigar in this particular shape. So you could only get this at Drew Estate events. And yeah, it's really cool looking, but as far as flavors, I mean, it tastes like another Undercrown 10, so I'll just hang on to these because it's kind of unique. The Hera Esteli, I got this as a gift, and this is the Flying Pig version of that. I want to say this is a Habano wrapper, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm down to 1. I will save this little guy for quite a while because I don't know when to smoke it, but it's pretty cool. I like that. I have a Flying Pig of that, so very cool. And this was also a gift. It's the Undercrown Manifesto. I don't want to unwrap this. You can see pictures of it online. Obviously a very long smoke commitment for the time, but very unique wrapped shape. And so this one is super special. I don't know when I will ever smoke this. Maybe for like a New Year's Eve party or something. That would be kind of cool to break out. But for now, I'm just gonna hang on to it because it's very unique and different. All right, next one here we got HVC. This is a brand that has really impressed me. I've had the opportunity to meet the owner. And so he, blends based on his palate and what he likes, and I share clearly a very similar profile and flavors and taste that I enjoy, because just about everything I've smoked from HVC I've liked a lot. A couple exceptions there, but for the most part, everything I've enjoyed thoroughly. I took all of these out of the cellophane and I want them all touching each other, doing some micro fermentation to kind of speed up the aging process just a little bit. I want to see how that's going to affect the flavor profile on these. But that Maduro broadleaf wrapper, just great. Chocolate bomb, a little hint of spice, but blended really well. This I've been growing, like I said, Coronas have kind of been my thing. Been growing on me a lot, so I had to buy a box. in that Corona size. And yeah, really, really good cigar. If you haven't tried one, I highly recommend it. And lastly, down here in our box, we have the Andalusian Bull. Now this is the newer style box. So you can see high gloss all along. I'll do maybe like a comparison of the old style box versus the new one, but this is how it looks, and there they are. Beautiful, beautiful Andalusian Bull cigars. So they look beautiful, taste amazing, burns great. Construction's always been on point with these, and the flavors, that sweetness, a little bit of that baking spice in there. Just a great cigar to enjoy. Usually when I go on a trip, vacation, something like that, I will take one or two of these with me. So probably get more so I can replace the ones I end up smoking. And these have probably about maybe half a year to a year on them. Delicious cigar. So that's what I got in our first bin. This video ran a little longer than I thought it would. You can see all my Bovita 69s in there. Let me know what you think of, this first part of my collection. If you enjoy videos like this, I know I like to see other people's collections. As you can see, I tend to lean towards, if I smoke something that I really like, I'll buy a box or two of it. If it's a limited cigar especially, I will commit to buying a box or two just because I know once they're gone, they're gone. So I really like to just keep things like this on hand, and also to share with other people down the road if they missed out, never had the chance to try one. Well, that's where I come in, and I'm happy to share. But thank you so much for checking out my video. I will see you at the next one. We will look at the next bin or Tupperdor and go through them together. Take care.